You've got your OpenMediaVault set up, you've got your Proxmox set up, but what would be the point of a home lab if you didn't want to make the two work together? That's the point of a home lab, learning more things and making them work together. So by the end of this video, we are going to set up a new share and a user on OpenMediaVault, and we're going to get that hooked into Proxmox, and we'll get some ISO images copied over so that we can use those to build new virtual machines. Let's get the setup done on the OpenMediaVault side first, and that'll make things easier later. So we're going to go to storage and shared folders, and we're going to create a new shared folder called Proxdemo. Select our file system and save that. We'll come up here and apply it. So we've got our shared folder, Proxdemo. We're going to come down here to services and SMB SIFs and shares. And again, we're going to do Proxdemo, save it, apply. And we're going to come down here to users, and we're going to make a user called Proxdemo. Do you see a theme here? And we're going to save that. We're going to apply. Yes. And then we're going to select Proxdemo, and we're going to come up here to permissions, and we are going to fix this up so he's only got read-write access to Proxdemo. And we're going to say save and apply. All right, and next we're going to move on to the Proxmox side of things. This is node number 1 for me. And so to add storage, we're going to go to Data Center. And keep this in mind because we're going to circle around to this in a moment. Under Storage, we're going to say Add. In our case, we used SMB SIFs, or Windows file sharing. ID, we're going to call it Proxdemo. Server is 172.16.74.141. User is Proxdemo. And type in the password you set. And if everything went well, it should populate here in a moment. And you can select the share you want to connect with. Now, if we come over here, we can see currently it's showing for disk images. And you can select which of these options you want to store on that share. So in this case, we're just going to say ISO images. That's all we want to put over here on the OpenMediaVault storage. And we'll say add. And right here, Proxdemo exists. And if we come over to the left-hand side, we will see Proxdemo is here. And currently we don't have any ISO images populated. Okay, we're at the Mac desktop. On our left-hand side, we've got a list of ISO images that I previously downloaded. On the right-hand side, we've got our Connect to Server dialog. We're going to say Connect. And we're going to use the user Proxdemo. And we're going to connect to share Proxdemo. Take that out so it's separate. We'll go into template and ISO, and then we can take a couple of ISO images and drop them over here. This will take a couple minutes to copy, and we'll come back when it's done. All right, the copy has finished. We'll go back over here to Proxmox, and if we scroll down and go to Prox Demo, we'll see that we've got 3 ISO images that I have copied over. And from here, you can use those images to create virtual machines. All right, we made it through what we wanted to accomplish today. We've added a share on our OpenMediaVault server. We have connected that share to Proxmox, and we have some ISO images on there that we can use to make virtual machines. Now, take a step back and think about this from the conceptual level, and you can do this process. Yes, it will look a little different, but you can do this process from any network attached storage. Be it Synology, QNAP, Ugreen, you name it, you can use it as an SMB share to Proxmox if you desire. But there's a twist. You can also, on all of these systems, or almost all of these systems, use other protocols such as NFS, which is Network File System. This is a native Unix and Linux file sharing protocol that is often used with servers, but typically end user devices don't use this type of file sharing. It's different than SMB, but it can be useful in certain scenarios. So don't rule it out, and it might be something you want to consider in the future. And let me know in the comments if you have an interest in seeing that, and I can cover that in a future video. For now, you should be seeing on your screen a video that YouTube thinks you will like, and I tend to agree with them. I'll see you next time.